Zoho People is a complete human resources system that helps you store important employee information and records, track attendance, automate HR processes, and more all in one place. Now, I'm Drew Brockbank, owner of Brockbank Consulting, and a lead Zoho partner, and I've set up Zoho for over 141 organizations. And in this beginner's tutorial, I'll show you exactly how to get started with Zoho People and use it according to best practices. So you got the homepage of Zoho People, and this is just to show you your stuff in the system, okay? Your activities, feeds, profile, specific information related to you, the different activities. So when you check in, some of the check-in, your work schedule information, we'll talk more about those records. Then you've got team and organization. Now, keep in mind within Zoho People, it's really important to understand you have two kinds or types of people that are going to be using this application. One is the administrators. And administrators are people who need to set up the system and manage other people, not just themselves. And that would be like an HR manager. If you're in a small organization, maybe you're the CEO, the owner, but you've got to do HR stuff. Whatever it looks like, if you're managing other people and setting things up, you would be a Zoho People admin. That's type one. Type two is someone that just works for an organization. You're like, I just need to see my stuff. I don't care about managing other people. I just need to see my records relevant to me. That would be my space overview. Then you've got team stuff that you can look through, projects, departments, team space here as well. Then organization, we're going to talk about all of this in more depth. So then we've got onboarding. So the onboarding section here is for more of the hiring. And a candidate here, you're seeing candidate. These are the different candidates in the organization. These aren't people who work for the org. That's an employee. A candidate is someone who's interviewing, but they are likely, but they may turn into an employee. And you just want to be proactive and create candidates for those who are interviewing so that once they do become an employee, or if they do become an employee, you can convert them over, right? You can convert them over to an employee profile, and then you can trigger onboarding for them. And you can set up an onboarding portal so they can go through the portal and they can set all their stuff up. We'll talk about that. Yes, this bleeds more into the hiring section. And then keep in mind, this is Zoho Recruit. If you want to use an application by Zoho specifically for recruiting, you can use Recruit and you can integrate it with Zoho People, which is really nice. A lot of people use Zoho Recruit for recruiting if they're in the Zoho ecosystem. So with onboarding, you can go over to this onboarding section and you can get candidate onboarding here. So you can build out a flow for what their onboarding should look like. You can go over to add new flow here, just show you real quick. And then you can give them portal access as well for a couple of days so they can just set up through a portal information they need to be filling out, different forms, documents they need to upload, etc. You can make it very smooth for someone to become an employee and a candidate. I was showing you candidate here. A candidate, so if they apply, but more likely employee onboarding. You want to make sure they have a flow of what they need to set up, information they need to give you before they can become an employee. So you can set up that template there, and you can see there's already an employee onboarding right here, documents and policies. Perfect. This is great. You can just enable these, create the portal, send them a portal invite, and then they can do some self-service onboard themselves instead of you trying to collect all this information via email and different messages, and it's really messy. That's for onboarding. Very, very useful. You got time off. You want to apply for leave. So you're kind of the type 2 user. You just got to manage your own stuff. Well, if you got to go on leave, go ahead and select that. If it's family, medical, funeral, holiday, whatever it might look like, the date you're going to head out so that people are aware of when certain team members are going to be out. Then you can see here when you're looking at your stuff, family, medical leave, funeral leave, you can see those different categories and the different leaves that are relevant to them. Your leave balance, your leave request, different shifts here. Then you can see it on team level and then a holiday level as well. So that's the time off section. If you want to take time off or see information related to time off, you can go there. Got attendance. So you'll notice when we go to the home page and the MySpace, you got check-in right here. Well, if you want to see when people have attended or they've actually been working, you can go to check-in here. You can check in for a bit and then check out. And you can see that information will log itself within the timeline. And now there's a record that we can report on, which we'll talk more about later in the video. We've got team, shift schedules, reportees, and your data relevant to yourself. So timesheets here, these are different records to show when you actually showed up. These are the different records we can report on. So you can see your data there, and then you can see team data as well. If you're an administrator, that's going to be important to you. Different jobs and projects. By the way, clients, projects, jobs, project members, this is really helpful if you have Zoho projects and you're already managing project work there. So for example, we do consulting. We help people set up Zoho systems. All that information of our service is here in Zoho People. So we can integrate Zoho People or Zoho projects, Zoho projects. We can integrate that with Zoho People so that all the information regarding our clients, the projects, the tasks, timesheets, all of that can be integrated and then auto-logged, which is really, really useful. So just keep that in mind. You can do that. For my data, here's timesheets, jobs, all that information that's relevant to my work and what I've done is all available here, which is great. So that's very useful to be able to add. You've got performance. So now we're going over into employee management. You want to make sure people are successful. Well, define success. What does success look like for you? You can get started by setting up different performance metrics for your employees so that you can track how well they're doing and progressing in the organization and in their role. So that's performance. And then you got learning management system. So what is an LMS? An LMS is a system for helping people learn how to do their job. We've all been there. We join an organization. It's messy, chaotic. They throw you in the deep end. They say good luck. Let's not do that to people. Let's create some training material. Really, really quick thing here. I think you're going to find this very valuable if you're going to set up a learning management system. It's all about setting up SOPs. Now, something I've learned about SOPs is if you're anything like me and you're super, super busy and you want to distill the knowledge that's in your head, use this SOP here. It's a how to create SOP. And what you're going to do is, and this is Zoho Learn. So I'm looking at a specific app that's for training employees. I could use Zoho People, but I have the Zoho One package. It's 46 plus Zoho apps. So I can use Zoho Learn as a dedicated learning management system. And it's more powerful than this LMS section. It can do more. So that's why I use it. Okay, quick thing here. This is a quick tactic I think you're going to really appreciate. Instead of you creating SOPs, just create a video of how to do the thing. I use Loom. I record myself. I say, hey team, create an SOP on this, but this is the thing I'd like to train you guys to do. I send it over to somebody and then they create the SOP itself. Also keep in mind, Loom had a new update where it looks through the transcription of the video and it makes an SOP for you automatically. So really good way to sustainably train your team over a long period of time. I've seen a million ways of people trying to train their team. Don't make it overly complicated. You can even check out this video if you just want to screenshot, maybe type it in or something. Of exactly how I train my team on creating SOPs. Really important to have this meta SOP to create SOPs without you having to actually write them all out every single time. Anyways, so SOPs are really the first level of creating training, and then you can group those SOPs into different courses, learning plans, notes, whatever it might be. So you can see we've got one course here, it's just a demo course, but you can put different SOPs together here. They call it content. So you can create a content here, like how to send an invoice. And then you could write out how to send an invoice here, step by step. I wouldn't do that again. I'd record myself doing it, a thing I'd like somebody to do, and I'd record another video on how to create SOPs and I'd send it to somebody to do for me. Okay, that's the best way to do this at scale. And unless you're an individual creating training, if you're managing people and over any kind of training stuff, that's how you're going to want to do it. It's so much easier to do it that way. Okay, then you got learning paths, notes, assessments, skill set, learning competency. It is pretty robust. It's just not as robust as Zoho Learn. So just keep that in mind. It's good for training, but if you want to maximize Zoho, you probably are going to look at Zoho One. Most people that I work with have Zoho One, and then Zoho Learn for training. So these are some of the different things you can look at in the learning management system. Okay, now we're going to cover files. So there's important files you need to collect within HR processes. So personal uploads, if you want to upload some personal information, you can see the records that were shared with you, shared with your role specifically. Then you've got department files, and then you've got some organization files here as well that you can manage. So you can add organization files there. So those are where you can store relevant files for people. You also have employee engagement. So if you want to, you should be surveying your employees to see what their experience is. Why? Because you want to improve. And in order to improve, you got to collect some feedback to see what's working for people and what's not. So you can create these different surveys for people so they can fill them out. Your employees can fill them out. And it's much easier to do that all within this system, Zoho People. Whereas a lot of people, they'll create Zoho form for something that Zoho People has a form for out of the box or survey out of the box. Okay, so with that, that's employee management. We talked about LMS and files. HR help desk. If you're familiar with the help desk, it's just where you can submit a ticket. If you need an answer on something specific and you don't know where to go, but it's internal. Let's say you're an employee and something happened and you just want some clarity on the situation. You can just fill out the subject, description, maybe add any attachments you have, and think about it like Zoho Desk internally. So Zoho Desk is where if someone didn't get their product, they can email and say, hey, my product never got here. And then an agent on the other side will say, hey, I'm looking up your order number, blah, 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 blah. Same thing, except it's internal. So employees that have issues or questions, they can just ask them here and they get the help that they need from an agent. Usually an HR representative. I'm talking like you're a bigger organization, but if you're smaller too, there's a lot of smaller orgs on Zoho. If you're managing any of the HR related stuff, great. Manage it all here in one place. Let's talk about HR letters. So you've got address proof. You can add a record here. You can see what this looks like. Any changes to your present address. You got a bona fide letter, experience letter, different HR letters that are important to collect can be collected here. And then you've got general. So this is for if you're going to add some, if you're going to exit the organization, it's the employee. Would you work for this org again? Different checklist for exit interview, all this stuff. You can change this, by the way, but this is just a starting form for you to use for exit details. So that's what you're seeing here in the general section. And then we've got travel. So if you're going to travel and it's business related work, you got to maybe go to a client meeting somewhere, or you're doing a sales trip, whatever it might look like. Add a record here where you're going, all the information relevant to the travel. You can even see if it's billable to the customer. Things like that. All of that is available in the travel section. Then you've got tasks. Now, tasks is a useful module for organizing the work you got to do, usually specific to HR. But if you're going to work on a large project, you're going to want to look at Zoho People right here. Or Zoho Projects. Zoho Projects is a project management software. So it has layers to organizing the work. You've got project groups, projects, phases, task lists, tasks, subtasks. Whereas in here within Zoho People, you just have one layer. It's just tasks. So you can't organize work as well within Zoho People as you can in Zoho Projects. So just keep that in mind. It's useful for very simple task management. For larger projects, don't try to force this tool to do things it can't do. You can add tasks very simply here and manage the work that you're doing. You can track different tasks, see all tasks, and then you can see it within different views. Then you have different checklists here. So if you want to organize tasks into a checklist, you can do that as well to stay a little more organized. So the next thing here is compensation. You're going to want to be able to track the compensation that different employees have received. And this allows you to see historically the compensation that someone's received, how they are being compensated, all the information relevant to a person and how much they're getting paid and what they're getting paid to do is going to be right here. So, and then you can revise those and then look through their compensation history, which is helpful. Okay, So with that, we've got the next section here is operations. You can see it's really everything we went over: onboarding, employee information, time off. By the way, if you go over to employee information, if you're wondering, this is where you see onboarding for candidates. This is where you actually see the employees, and you can see it's full of demo data, which is useful for us just to check out the information that we're collecting. And then when you want to add an employee, you can add them from Zoho One. I have Zoho One as an example. Google Workspace, I have that as well. You can add people from your other platforms, so you're not starting from scratch. So that's very useful to be able to do this. You can add users that way, add employees that way, or you can add them from scratch if you're on a different plan. I'm on Zoho One, so that's why it's showing that. Also, settings is going to show you a similar view. And just quick thing, you can add records quickly, candidates, employees, things like that right here from the quick actions, which is useful. And you can also search for employees, other information across Zoho if you want from the search bar, and see different notifications. And then of course, go to settings, see other Zoho apps. If you have other Zoho apps, you can see them there, and then some other options on the side here. Okay, so big thing here, this is where you can zoom out and see all these different sidebar options in one place, and then go to the option that you want to, but it's a little different. This is the front end for you to enter information and see information at a high level. When you go over to settings, now you're doing more administrative tasks, right? So onboarding, defining how they are going to go through onboarding. So the settings is going to show you these sections, but the backend, how do you configure them? How do you set them up? So as an administrator, you're going to want to get familiar with the backend settings here. With that, last section to show you within Zoho People is reporting. So you want to make sure that as you're collecting information, if you want to see, hey, people filled out that survey for how their onboarding went within the first 30 days of working for our organization, you want to report on that. You don't just want to collect the information. You want to make sure that you're looking through the reports and that you are making adjustments based on the information you're collecting. Or so here's performance. You can see all these different types of reports that are being tracked here. If you want to see how people are progressing towards their goals or the courses that you've set up for them, all of that can be done right here within reports. So basically what you're doing with reports is you're zooming out and you're saying, hey, we've collected lots of data in this particular section of Zoho People. How's it going? What adjustments can we make based on the reports that we're collecting? If you want to create even more advanced reports, and you're not seeing an out-of-box report that you like here, you can port this information or bring this information over to Zoho Analytics. Then you can break down the reports any way you want. Zoho Analytics is just a more powerful way to do reporting, and it's more flexible as well. So with that, that's an overview of Zoho People and how you can use it according to best practices.